I'm Abby from Vend3tta.
And I'm Nick from Vend3tta.
Yo, what up, guys? It's Ethan G back here with another interview. Today, I have the pleasure of sitting down with Nick and Abby from Vend3tta. What's up, guys?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Going good, going good. Yeah, happy to have you guys here. What's the date today? Like March 31st?
Today's March 31st.
Yep.
I was Monday.
Yeah. It's always love the timestamp. So, just to jump in a little bit, how long have you guys been playing as a group?
Since like the summer?
About a year. It was last May that we
Yeah.
kind of formed Vend3tta.
Okay.
But before that, we played with Nick's band Bloom Kings.
Mm-hmm.
I joined in January or February of last year.
Mhm.
Okay.
That was like after winter break. She reached out to me through our mutual friend,
Aspen.
That was Abby reached out to me like, hey, can I sing in your band? And I was like, no, because I sing. And then I was like, but you could play bass though. And then Abby picked up bass to play for that, and that was really cool. That was a really nice experience to play in Bloom Kings.
Yeah, I had been playing guitar for like 8 years before that, so I was like, I owned a bass, didn't know how to play it at that point, so I was like, I could figure that out.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah. No, bass is always fun to hop on. I'm
Mhm.
I'm definitely not good at it myself, but it's always fun to at least be able to like jam on and stuff like that. No, cool. Yeah, I remember the Bloom King days. Yeah, I know. I remember playing a show or two Bloom Kings. I remember. So yeah, no,
that was
I want to say like the May the 4th.
It was the
Tally
Tally.
May the 4th.
Mhm.
May the 4th show. Yeah, that was a fun one.
That was with Monarch and the Occasion. Oh
Yeah.
man, that was way back when.
Yeah, that was a while. So you guys just did your new album, Everything Is Falling, came out February 28th.
Mhm.
Before we get too into the album, I just kind of wanted to talk about your inspirations a little bit, just because I've just from off the first listen and hearing you guys live as well, I definitely hear like the metalcore influence. And I even see posts of like Dance Gavin Dance and all that kind of stuff. I can just hear it so much in the music. So yeah, tell me like a little bit about some of the bands that you guys are into.
Paramore. I think with all of the metalcore influences and everything, I feel like we have a more punk driven
Yeah.
sound, definitely from like the early 2000s emo scene.
Yeah.
I feel, but there's some like Dance Gavin Dance metalcore influences on my end, but Abby also has a bunch of her own influences, especially vocally.
Yeah, I will say like, I'm lucky enough to be able to take what Nick does instrumentally and then write lyrics and a melody over that, because that's hard. Writing an instrumental is hard. I've no idea where to start. So I'm also like bringing my influences in, kind of based off of what he has written a little bit. But yeah, I would definitely say Paramore. That also is kind of what brought us together as friends as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, when we were in Bloom Kings, Abby recommended that we cover My Heart by Paramore, and in a way that could be, besides See You Space Cat, that could be like especially with Logan on drums again, that could be like the birthplace of Vend3tta, but we didn't really know it yet, because that's when Abby was singing, because she sang for Space Cat, which phenomenal ass vocals. Like, I don't understand how she's so good. It's crazy. And we would cover that live, and that was just like really great. But like definitely like a lot of metalcore Dance Gavin Dance influences, but still in the vein of like Paramore and Evanescence.
Just very angsty overall.
Mhm.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm always bumping the angsty music, so I'm always bumping, I've been really into like Hail the Sun and like Circus Survive and stuff like that recently, so that's like where I feel like I've been like heavy in that sphere for like at least a year and a half
The
now.
swan core
So-
music.
Yeah, dude, yeah. So getting back to the album though, Everything Is Falling. So that came out February 28th. One song I really liked on that was Crowd Pleaser, and I enjoyed when I saw you guys the other night, and you guys played that at the end. That was cool. What was the recording process like for them? What was kind of like how that project come together?
Well, like I said before, Nick writes the instrumentals. He is very passionate about it, so he like really banged them all out very fast. And then I would come into the studio, which is the extra bedroom in his apartment, and I would kind of sit down with the song, play it a few times, go to my notes app, see if I had anything that worked, and then kind of put together the vocals to go over it.
Cool.
Yeah. Crowd pleaser specifically, I wanted to take a more indie approach to it rather than the heavy metally music. But then you still got that halftime breakdown between like at the in the middle of the song and at the end, because I can't resist doing a halftime breakdown,
Bro, as a drummer, I completely I overdo it for sure. I love it.
But the crowd pleaser was made more as a contrast to something to yourself, with like a really more like poppy feel good.
It's brighter.
Bright, yes,
Yeah.
not poppy. A brighter, more summer pop punk feel compared to the more angsty emo something to yourself, which was but really happy you like crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
I don't hear that.
Yeah,
one a
that one's
lot.
my personal favorite.
Awesome.
So.
Awesome.
That's why I look
Yeah.
at Abby like that.
Yeah, no, I like that. No, and I really liked it live too. That was real fun.
Yeah, that one's definitely a really fun one to perform. I just feel like the instrumental just kind of like it brings up the vibes. I
We
feel like
please
it
the
really
crowd.
gets the crowd going
And we bring it up 2 half steps.
when we do it live. Yeah.
Okay,
we do it
cool.
live, compared to like the original like uncapoed recording, which I really like it 2 half steps up. And sometimes we play it faster. Reminds me of like nightcore music.
Yeah.
and things like that.
It's always fun throwing some variation in for your songs. It makes it interesting for yourself for sure. So your place was the studio. What's your studio look like? Like what are you using to record, or like any programs? Like I know I'm an FL Studio boy myself when it comes
Fruity
to
Loops.
recording stuff. Like that's kind of where I go. Kind of know it. So
I use unpopular opinion. I use Reaper.
Oh,
which
okay.
Not a lot of people.
I don't know if I know Reaper, actually.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
that's
don't
the
even know
reaction.
that.
Reaper is like this free. Like you could use the trial version indefinitely, but it's a free software, and it works like wonders. It's so good. I love it so much. But I use a Scarlett Solo, and then I mic up my Fender Frontman 25R, and I have an AT 2020 condenser mic. And then drums, I have an Alesis Turbo Nitro Mesh kit.
Okay,
that
nice.
I play, and then I also like quantize and add in a bunch of other stuff, so it's not technically me drumming the entire time. But
you're still getting the ideas out and like understanding what you want to do. No, for sure. I love that.
But can we take a moment to appreciate Nick playing all of the instruments?
That is
on
fire.
on the entire album. Like so impressive. I don't think a lot of people realize that that's what's going on.
No, that's really dope. Yeah, I always love when you find out.
No.
You throw so much on there. Yeah.
it really was just like the two of us for like basically the entire album, and like the creative drive that we both had was really cool because I liked Oversleeping. Oversleeping has to be one of my favorite ones on the record, honestly. I really like that one. And that's the one where Abby wrote the chords to it.
Okay.
And if I work really fast, and then I'll be like, there was actually a point where I'm like, okay, here's another instrumental. And then Abby's like, Nick, you wrote the entire album without me. And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So we took a step back and kind of streamlined it and everything.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you kind of went back to it together and like that. That's cool. No, I love that. It's always cool to have like I guess not exactly the same, but I got friends who like do the hip hop or do hip hop, and it's like my homie producing beats and then rapping, and it's nice to know you have like a big catalog you can kind of choose from to what you want to do with the vocals and kind of build from there. So that's always a cool approach to it.
Yeah.
Speaking of seeing you guys live, so yeah, I kind of want to talk to you guys. You guys were at Stumbling Block the other night, and just on the kind of side of live music in general. How does it feel to play this stuff live in comparison to just like recording it? What's that feel like?
I love it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. I do think it's really fun. I personally feel a little awkward up there. I'm not super confident on my stage presence.
Gotcha.
Especially like starting out playing bass. It's a little weird not having anything in my hand besides a mic.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
I just don't really know what to do. But it's really cool being up there as someone who's gone to a lot of local live shows, and being up there performing on the other side of things is really cool.
It is like it's really awesome because it's like sometimes you'll have people in the crowd who you like would look up to, and then they would just be watching you, and that's kind of a crazy feeling. But it is quite insane because you're literally getting live feedback to like music that we've spent a year working on, which is kind of crazy because of like how fast we got it out too, comparative to like some other projects, which is like something I don't know. It's just it is really cool and have people come up to you after during the show or just like randomly in public or at other shows be like, "You're Vend3tta, right? You're Vend3tta," and we're like, "Yep, we are." That's like I don't know, a silly little experience.
Oh yeah.
To have.
No, speaking as, former drummer, I always would love when people would come up like after a show or not outside of a show just like, wait, you were drumming, right? I'm like, yeah, that was cool. Like it makes me feel a little famous. Cool little feeling. Kind of even going a little bit more into that, just the Blono scene. I know it means a lot to me, and I'm just kind of wondering, like, what is you guys? I've always seen you guys at shows for like the longest, so it's like I know you guys know about it, and like kind of just want to see like what does the Blono scene mean to you guys, just as a whole? It's kind of a deep question, but
no, I feel that. Yeah.
Well, for me, I transferred to ISU as a sophomore. I didn't really know a lot of people. I just like go to my classes. And then I started going to shows, and I realized that I have this common interest with so many people, so many cool people. So it really helped me build a community here in Bloomington. And also on the side of like performing things, I've kind of been a singer my entire life, and it really gave me an opportunity to kind of get back into that passion and find a different side of performing. Which was really great. And I'm definitely sad to be leaving it when I graduate.
That is the sad kind of news about this group is that it was kind of started with like it was gonna end, but that was like another reason why it was kind of fun is that's like a really because like I kind of view all the albums that I have or that I've worked on as like little time capsules in my life.
For sure.
So like this Everything Is Falling is definitely like my crowning achievement at this point in my like production career, and I just think that's really cool because like it'll be cool to like look back on this in like a couple of years because like taking a year take it like going like Infinity City, the Bloom Kings, and then the 4 songs we released where the 4 songs I released where it was like Sam's Curse / Chemical Love, See You Space Cat, Guitar Coil Ring, and Autumn Leaves, like those 4. And then on to this project was really cool. And then talking with the Blono scene as a whole, like we've definitely made friends with people. And shout out Ian Hale. Love that guy. Aspen, love her too. And like all of our friends that we've like are forming these crazy ass connections with Waylon and Logan. Waylon and Logan. Let's just give a shout out to our live members real quick.
Yeah. Shout out to Kat, our original drummer.
Kat
she
McClure.
played one show with us and then got a really great job in Vancouver.
She's doing audio production for a movie.
We miss her.
Oh wow.
But we appreciate Logan so much for being able to step in for these last couple of shows.
Logan Noble was the OG drummer in Bloom Kings.
Yeah.
So
it's like a reunion.
It is. And then we talked about possibly covering Space Cat. No, it was too much. It was too much. Yeah. And then Waylon Malik, love that dude. Always got the craziest hairdo going on, but
somehow he always loses his shirt.
Probably intentionally. But definitely all the people who have like dedicated themselves to us live, like, is a huge shout out, because a lot of the stuff in Vend3tta is like Abby and I. A lot of the promotions is Abby and I, but like Waylon, Kat, and Logan have definitely like put in like a great amount of effort. Like we used to practice in Kat's basement, and I know that this means at least a little bit to them. So it's shout out to our live members. And we were talking about the Blono retrospect. It's just cool. I don't know. I'll still be here for a bit. I'll still be working on projects.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's some really cool stuff to be. And then like also like trying to like seeing the success of Harrison.
Makes you feel like anything's possible. Yeah, especially in this DIY thing, you know, it doesn't ever feel like something's too far off. Like if you really just put the mind and grind to it.
Definitely a way more like friendly music centered show scene than some of the other show scenes I've been a part of in my life. Because like some of the other ones, it's like, okay, 20-minute set, and then let's go get shit faced. But like here, it's like the act is the music.
It's about the music is like the main thing. I agree. No, the Blono scene has changed my life, and I'll forever be grateful for it. But no, thank you guys again for coming on. Congrats again on the album.
Thank you.
Sad to see you guys be going away after got 2 more shows, but be great to, like you said, capture this time. This
Nick will still be here. Big things
I'll still,
coming.
Big
things
things. Yeah.
Love it.
Well, you'll see.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Hey, follow Vend3tta down on Instagram. On Instagram, it'll be down right here somewhere. I'm gonna do that. Till next time. Yeah, thank you guys for watching.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Peace.